The hook hits instantly. Imagine a single steel link holding a 400,000-ton ship against violent waves, storms, and deep ocean pressure. One failure means engines stop, navigation drifts, and a vessel worth billions becomes helpless. That is why anchor chains are engineered like military hardware. Massive steel links forged under extreme heat, tested to destruction, and certified to survive decades in the harshest saltwater on Earth. Today, you're going inside the industrial process that creates the world's strongest anchor chains. Before we dive deeper into the molten steel and giant presses, subscribe now if you love real industrial engineering and want weekly episodes built for people who think like machines. Anchor chains look simple, a long chain made of repeating steel links, but each link is bigger than a human torso, weighs hundreds of kilos, and performs structural work similar to bridge cables. Every link is load-bearing. If one fails, everything fails. The process starts with steel, and not just any steel. Engineers use alloyed steel specifically designed for marine environments, with controlled carbon content, manganese to increase strength, silicon for deoxidation, and elements like chromium, nickel, or molybdenum to resist corrosion and fatigue. Every chemical percentage matters. If the formula is wrong, the chain cracks over time in tiny microscopic fractures called stress corrosion. Ships operate in salt water, shock loads, and long-term tension. That's why this metal is engineered like a formula, not a guess. The first stage is the melt. Furnaces hold hundreds of tons of raw scrap steel and iron ore, heated to nearly 1,600 degrees Celsius. The molten steel spins and glows white-orange, bubbling under oxygen lances that remove impurities like sulfur and phosphorus. This isn't just melting metal, it's creating molecular order. The furnace crew measures composition constantly with automated spectrometers. Each batch must hit exact targets or it is rejected before pouring. Molten steel is poured into casting lines and formed into long cylindrical bars called billets. These billets are the core of every anchor chain. They cool, straighten, and are cut to length. Quality teams inspect the internal grain structure because anchor chains face heavy dynamic stress and require uniform grain flow. Any irregular grain means weakness. In the forging hall, billets are reheated to around 1,200 degrees Celsius in tunnel furnaces. The steel becomes soft enough to bend under extreme pressure. Automated machines wrap each heated billet around a mandrel, forming the oval shape of a chain link. The link is still open like a C, and the previous link is inserted while hot. Anchor chains are not welded. They are forged link by link in a continuous process. Closing the link is the most intense stage. Huge hydraulic presses, often exceeding 2,000 tons of force, push the open ends together until they become one solid piece. No filler metal is used. The grain remains aligned in a continuous loop, giving the chain major strength. After pressing, forging dies shape and flatten the link to precise dimensions required by maritime classification standards such as DNV and ABS. Even millimeter-level accuracy matters for safety. A second subscribe call to action hits naturally here. If you want more episodes that break down industrial systems like this, subscribe now so you never miss how real engineering works. Now the links go into heat treatment lines. This step is critical. Raw forged steel is strong, but it's brittle. Heat treatment gives the chain toughness. The links enter controlled atmosphere furnaces for quenching and tempering, a two-stage process. First, they're heated to a precise temperature, usually around 900 degrees Celsius. Then they're rapidly cooled in oil or polymer quench tanks. This locks carbon atoms inside the iron crystal structure, creating martensite. Martensite is extremely strong, but too brittle for marine shock. Tempering fixes that. The links are reheated to a lower temperature, usually around 500 degrees Celsius, for several hours. This allows controlled diffusion inside the steel, turning some of the martensite into softer structures like ferrite and bainite. The result is balance: high tensile strength with impact resistance. A chain link must survive sudden shock loads, waves, seabed contact, ship movement, without snapping. After heat treatment, Links undergo shot blasting to remove scale and give a clean surface. Now they are machined for accuracy. Even though they're giant, anchor chains have tolerances. Robotic arms measure each link's thickness, internal clearance, length, and straightness. Chains move through rollers, and every link must match the next perfectly to avoid stress concentrations. Next comes the proof testing. This has no shortcuts. Chains are pulled with huge hydraulic machines that simulate real-world loads. A standard anchor chain might be tested to 1.5 times its working load, sometimes more. For naval or offshore applications, chains are tested to destruction. Not one link, but sample links from every batch. Engineers measure elastic stretch, permanent deformation, and fracture patterns. If a fracture shows brittle features, the entire batch is rejected. The goal is predictable metal behavior, not just raw strength. Then comes non-destructive testing. Workers scan links using magnetic particle inspection, ultrasonic waves, and X-ray imaging to detect internal flaws. Any microcrack could grow into a dangerous fracture months later under ocean movement. Saltwater accelerates fatigue, so the inspection is intense. Now the chain is painted or coated. Marine chains use heavy protective coatings, sometimes involving zinc-rich primers, epoxy layers, and polyurethane coatings. Saltwater is a chemical weapon. Salt penetrates microscopic cracks, forces reactions with iron, and slowly expands as corrosion grows. The coatings slow that attack. Some manufacturers use special cathodic protection systems that sacrifice zinc instead of the steel. Once the chain is finished, it's assembled onto giant reels. Each reel contains sections weighing tens of tons. Shipping these chains is an operation itself. Heavy trucks move them to ports where cranes lift the reels directly onto vessel decks. Installers mount the chains to the ship's anchor system using enormous connecting shackles called Kenter shackles. These can be opened and closed so chains can be replaced link by link over a vessel's lifetime. The finished result looks like a simple chain, but the numbers behind it are extreme. A single link can be 1.2 meters long, weigh 200 kilograms, and hold forces up to 13,000 kilonewtons. That's enough to lift multiple locomotives. Large offshore platforms use even bigger chains, with link diameters over 160 millimeters. And every time a storm hits in the mid-Atlantic, that chain absorbs endless cycles of load. Anchor chains evolve slowly. The basic design hasn't changed much in 100 years. What has changed is metallurgy, testing, and automation. Today, sensors track every step. AI flags irregular heat zones in forging. Laser scanners measure dimensional accuracy to fractions of a millimeter. And deep learning models predict fatigue life. Even the coatings get smarter. New materials self-heal microscopic scratches using embedded chemical reservoirs. There's also a movement towards specialized surface treatments like induction hardening. This hardens only the surface while keeping the core ductile. The idea is simple. The surface fights abrasion from seabed rocks, while the core absorbs shock loads. The life of an anchor chain is decades. Ships regularly cycle anchors multiple times per week in busy ports. Offshore platforms may not move, but storms transfer enormous energy through the chain. Maintenance crews inspect sections using ROVs underwater. If a link shows wear beyond tolerance, usually measured by reducing thickness, it's replaced. The industry is governed by strict rules. Classification societies demand chain testing for certification. Each chain has stamped marks showing steel grade, batch number, and test results. You can read its history directly on the metal. This industrial process is invisible to most people. They see ships at port and don't think about the chain holding them in place. But the engineering behind that chain is a story of chemistry, physics, massive machines, and decades of evolving standards. Each link is a forged promise that a ship will stay where the captain wants, even when nature fights to move it. When you watch a cargo ship anchored offshore, look at the chains sinking into the waves. Beneath that wet black metal is one of the most impressive pieces of engineering humans produce at scale. Heavy, precise, and built to fight time. If you want more videos showing how real industrial systems are made inside massive production lines, subscribe. This channel gives engineering a front-row camera, not a textbook.